Hello everyone, back to today's second video, doing GavsWeatherVids Sunday Round Up for today's second video. So this is going to be your Sunday afternoon eclectic mix of this map. Going to be looking at things like solar activity, sea surface temperature, anomalies, Arctic oscillation, North Atlantic oscillation, the QBO, and the weather for the next 10 to 14 days and beyond as well. So sit back, relax and enjoy, and I'll talk you through the Sunday Roundup very shortly. So just say the first video released today is the 8th autumn update. So we're nearing the end of the autumn updates now. We're going to be releasing GavsWeatherVids autumn forecast. Going to be, I think that's going to be 2 weeks today on the 30th of August. So yeah, we're nearly at the end of the autumn updates. But today's is a bit of a July England-Wales precipitation special, so have a look at that one. I'm going to be live streaming from 6 o'clock. So of course, we'll be talking about thunderstorms. Going to be thunderstorms pushing northwards through the course of this afternoon. So it could be quite an interesting stream if there's thunder in the background. And also, though, got news about Beijing Climate Centre. So you know the Beijing Climate Centre has been offline, or seemingly offline, for a few weeks. But I have got news about it in terms of winter 2020-21 forecasts from the Beijing Climate Centre. More about that later on in the live stream. That'll be from 6 o'clock. It'll be very interesting stream, I would have thought. Starting us off with a Sunday Roundup is going to be loads of pictures and videos and stuff from all of the weather that's been going on over the past few weeks. It's been a very lively period of weather, so I've got a lot to show you. So let's get on with it, shall we? Going to start off with this one from our good friend Richard Trott. Richard has been on holiday in Cheshire this week, and yeah, Richard had a big old thunderstorm earlier on in the week. Look at that, really intense lightning, and thunder in the background as well from Richard. So Richard shared that one with us on the on GavsWeatherVids Twitter. So thank you to Richard for sharing that one. This one is from Adam Blunson. So it's not all been thunder, of course. It's not all been thunder and so on. We have also had some sunshine, and earlier on in the week it's very hot as well in that sunshine. So Adam down in southwest of England had a nice sunny sky there. This one is from Neil Cutler as well. So Neil had some pretty big thunder and flashes of lightning over in the West Midlands as well earlier on in the week. So I'm not sure what night that was, but yeah, Neil did a video and shared it with us on the GavsWeatherVids Twitter page as well. So big thank you to Neil for sharing that one, lightning in the West Midlands. This one's from Jefferscraft. It's a picture from Jefferscraft Gaming over in California. Rather a dark looking sky over there, a bit of cloud over in California, but it did lead to a nice red sunset, Jeff has reported, and this one, back to sunshine in California as well. Really hot looking afternoon over there on the west coast. Excuse me. This one from Katrine. Katrine's been waiting for rain, and Katrine did get some rain yesterday. So yeah, that's the proof. Wet skies and wet ground in South Ockendon in Katrine's garden. So congratulations, Katrine, for finally getting some rain. This one was shared with us on Facebook from Lee Stone, showing a flooded road. Very dark and ominous looking sky down in southwestern England. This one from Paul James, down on the south coast. Hot afternoon earlier on in the week, but a very tall, mushrooming cumulonimbus cloud. So I imagine that would have produced some thunder somewhere across southern England earlier on in the week. I know Paul hasn't had any thunderstorms yet, though. Paul is waiting for some thunder. So good luck, Paul. Hope you get some thunderstorms this afternoon. This one from Ryan56 is shared on Discord. So some of these are from Discord, but we had so many on Discord, but that sort of save them and download them to the computer and then upload them to the browser, because it's just got so many posts on GavsWeatherVids Discord this week with so much going on. So yeah, this is from Ryan56 showing sunset in the north of England earlier on in the week. This from my good friend Shryan Brewer showing a nice bit of mackerel sky over Dublin. Thank you, Shryan, for sharing that one. Chelsea Bill posted this one to GavsWeatherVids Discord showing that there's very, very parched ground down across southern England. So, of course, it has been a very dry and quite warm summer, really, down across southern England. And yeah, the grass is going brown down there in the south, and the ground is looking very, very parched indeed. Dan Boyles, I think in the London area, posted this one, thunderstorm on the way by the look of it. So yeah, I think Dan got a storm maybe earlier on in the week. Now this is from my good friend Jelma, and posted to the comment box at GavsWeatherVids.com. Jelma's having a mini break this weekend in Switzerland. Look at that, still some snow on the top of the Alps. Fantastic picture there from Jelma over in Switzerland, or having a mini break in Switzerland. I think Jelma doesn't live in Switzerland, but I think he's having a break in Switzerland. So thank you, Jelma, for posting them. And then these are from Savvy. So all hell broke loose over North Wales on Monday night, I think it was. Loads and loads of lightning over there. Look at these captures that Savvy managed to get. So yeah, all hell broke loose on Monday night in the north of Wales. Very, very intense lightning pictures indeed. Savvy managed to get a couple of video captures as well, so let's just zoom in on that. So yeah, some pretty intense lightning there over in the north of Wales earlier on in the week. Is this working? So yeah, there we go, look at that, really intense lightning over in the north of Wales earlier on in the week. And just show you one more. So again, look at this, really, really intense lightning in the north of Wales. So yes, thank you Savvy, thank you to everybody for sharing their pictures with us. If you would like to have your pictures and videos featured in the weather videos, then all you need to do is email them to us at GavsWeatherVids@gmail.com. You can share them with us on our Discord, or on our Facebook, or on our Twitter pages, and you can also post them to the comment box at GavsWeatherVids.com. And we're always happy to show your weather pictures and videos when we get the chance. And boy, has there been a lot of weather to share. And I've got loads and loads that you know, I've not been able to show for this one. So when I get a bit of time in another video, I will show some more. Because it's just been one of those weeks where so much has been going on, with the weather this week. Quite amazing. But thank you to everybody, and there is still more to show. And when I get a bit of time in another video, I will be showing some more pictures and so on. Thanks, everyone. Right, let's get on with Sunday Roundup then. So, we're going to start off by having a look at on outside this day from solarham.net. We've got a spot list, so it is. The solar list is spot list. Therefore, solar activity is at very low levels and is expected to remain at very low levels for the next 3 days at least. So this is GavsWeatherVids Solar Activity Tracker, updated by our good friend James Acrill, up to yesterday, the 16th of August. That's today, actually, isn't it? But James sort of updated this yesterday, but it's updated to today, if you see what I mean. So it's one of those days today. It's definitely one of those days. The orange line is depicting each individual day's worth of sunspot activity. So we have been through a little sort of mini period of rather more active conditions, actually. We have had sunspots on most days over the past week or two, but now we have a completely spotless solar disk. There's no sunspots, and so therefore the orange line has done a little bit of a crash and gone to the floor of the chart. Even those sunspots that we had, it's a very minimal level of solar activity, but it has been enough to tick up the trend lines, the thick green and thick red lines, they are sort of trending upwards a little bit at the moment. But of course, if we was to get several days of spotlessness now, then we would see the trend lines coming back down again. But for the time being, anyway, the trend lines have moved up a little bit. We have been through a bit of a period of SOI activity, but we are now spotless, and SOI activity, therefore, is at very low levels as solar minimum. Continues right where I with the tabs, we're just there. So this sent through by Richard. Richard Short sent this through. Thank you, Richard, for sending this, showing spotless days and the current spotless stretch. So we have had 2 days now without sunspots. And for 2020 so far, I've had 155 days without any sunspots. That is 68% of the year. That percentage has lessened a little bit. A few weeks ago, that was in the 70s. It's now gone to 68%. So it's increasingly looking as though 2019, with 281 days without sunspots, 77% of the year, it's increasingly looking as though 2019 was like the true solar minimum year for solar cycle number 24, and we have probably started solar cycle number 25 now and are moving further on into solar cycle number 25. Big thank you to James and to Richard for sending through the data. Lows going on the tropical Atlantic. So we've got post-tropical cyclone Kyle just here. This was a tropical storm off the east coast of America yesterday. Now it's post-tropical cyclone Kyle. That's going to impact us a little bit around the middle part of the week in the form of a deep area of low pressure. So we're going to be picking up the remains of what was tropical storm Kyle from around Wednesday to Thursday. We've also got tropical storm Josephine down in the tropical Atlantic, giving maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour. Let's see what's forecast to happen with Josephine. So Josephine is forecast to quite shortly now become a tropical depression, to weaken from a tropical storm to a tropical depression, and then become post-tropical as we go into the coming weeks. So by around the end of next week, up towards Bermuda as a post-tropical depression. We've also got two very significant disturbance areas as well. We've got these yellow X's just here, one there, and one off the coast of Africa. I won't read you anything that National Hurricane Centre is saying about these, but the one near Africa has got a 20% chance of cyclone formation in the next 5 days, and this one in the middle of the tropical Atlantic has got a 10% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours and a 30% chance in the next 5 days. So things are getting ever livelier in the tropical Atlantic at the moment. Hardly a surprise with warm and average sea surface temperature anomalies in the tropical Atlantic. More about that in a second. These are the sea surface temperature anomaly maps. We're looking at 3 specific areas. This updated to, it's from NOAA, this updated up to the 14th of August. 3 specific areas that we're interested in. We've got the ENSO region just here. We've got the Northern Pacific over here. We've got the North Atlantic over there. Let's deal with the ENSO region first of all. So, yes, we've got colder than average sea surface temperature anomalies through the ENSO region, below average sea surface temperature anomalies. That's a signature of La Nina. It's quite a weak La Nina, but we definitely have a La Nina signature now stretching out along the equatorial Pacific Ocean. The Northern Pacific remains quite warm. It has cooled down a little bit towards the coastal area of Alaska and Canada and North America. It's a little bit cooler there. But out in the middle part of the northeastern Pacific, very significantly warmer than average there. And then in the North Atlantic, it's warmer than average in the tropical Atlantic and up here towards Greenland. Down the east coast, it's a little bit cooler, perhaps up towards Iceland and that sort of area. Norwegian Sea is also looking very warm this year. At the moment, I can't do the comparisons from 1 week to another. I'm not sure what's going on at NOAA with the sea surface temperature anomaly map since they switched over to the new version, but all sorts of problems accessing sea surface temperature anomaly maps. What I'm going to have to do, and I'll start doing it from this week, what I'm going to have to do is like save the map from 1 week to another. So at the end of this video, I will save this chart from the 14th of August. and then I'll be able to sort of upload that to the browser next week and do a comparison. I'm going to have to do it that way round, because the maps themselves, as like an archive format, are very, very difficult to access at NOAA at the moment. They seem to have caused all sorts of problems for themselves since they upgraded. It was supposed to be an upgrade since they upgraded the sea surface temperature anomaly charts. Summer Oscillation Index is looking like this. So the SOI is from the Queensland Government, of course, just an index that's reflecting the atmospheric state. When the SOI is in its negative phase, the atmospheric state will be reflective of El Nino. When the SOI is in its positive phase, the atmospheric state will be reflective of La Nina. So here we go. We can see that earlier on into August, we did have some very strongly positive SOI number. So 6th of August coming out at plus 25.73, 7th of August coming out plus 22.40, 10th of August coming out plus 13.47. These are very positive numbers, and the atmospheric state therefore is reflective of La Nina. Had a little bit of negativity, so the 12th and 13th of August at -8 and -5, slightly reflective of an El Nino. 16th of August, ahead of us of course in Australia, 16th of August coming out at -1.94, just ever so slightly negative. Generally the SOI seems to have moved into like a weak La Nina phase. This is the SOI 30-day average, this red line just here. You can see that it was pretty negative into the middle of July, but it's lifted up into like a more positive sort of territory at plus 5 generally over the past week or so. So yes, we have moved the SOI into like a weekly positive phase. That's probably an atmospheric state that's reflective of the weak La Nina. CFSV2 continues to forecast a weak La Nina, as it has been doing consistently for quite some time now. I think it's fair to say. So black dash line here, we've got the dates on bottom, we've got the period, temperature numbers on the side. The black dash line just here is the ensemble mean, and that's going into light weekly weak La Nina territory. Already is in weak La Nina territory really, and it's going to sort of stay there, get a little bit stronger, but only going down to around -1. In terms of the temperature anomaly. That's solid sort of weak La Nina territory. I think this autumn and the winter 2021 will almost certainly be a weak La Nina winter now, and that's what CFS has been predicting for a very long time, since January. So hats off to CFSV2. We do give CFS a lot of shade, and we criticise it a lot. But on this La Nina forecast, has been a very, very good prediction. Right, this is how things look in terms of Arctic sea ice extent. This is from National Snow and Ice Data Centre. So we can see from the blue line just here that we have, but we're still declining. So Arctic sea ice extent will reach its minimum in September. So the trend is going to carry on downwards through the rest of August and into the first week or two of September. But we have seen that Arctic sea ice extent, the loss of Arctic sea ice has sort of pulled up now against 2012. 2012 is the red dash line just here. You see how the blue line, which is this year, 2020, has sort of crossed over with 2012. So 2012 was like the minimum Arctic sea ice extent year, when Arctic sea ice extent went down to its lowest ever level in recorded history anyway. So for a while, like a month or so ago, 2020 was actually underneath 2012, but now we've kind of crossed over and we are above 2012. Of course, this is going to carry on downwards for 2020. We won't reach the minimum extent for this year until early September. But at the moment, it looks like 2012 is probably going to remain as the minimum Arctic sea ice extent year on record, the record minimum, as they call it just there. So we shall see how that works out, of course. Excuse me. Right then, so QBO, next quasi-biennial oscillation. Of course, we know what's going on with QBO. We should be well truly now into the easterly phase of the quasi-biennial oscillation. Remember, this is just an index that's reflecting the atmospheric state. This time it's telling us how strong the zonal winds are, really. So when you're in a westerly QBO, the zonal winds are strengthened. When you're in an easterly QBO, the zonal winds are weakened. So an easterly QBO tends to increase the chance of a colder winter. It's mainly something we use for winter forecasting, but we do look at it all year round. So being an easterly QBO, you sort of increase the chance, but don't guarantee it, but you increase the chance slightly of a colder winter. So we should have gone into the easterly phase of the QBO. We should now be in quite a strong easterly QBO phase. What's actually happened is that the easterly QBO has struggled to get going, and the westerly QBO that we was in from like 2018, 2019 has just hung on, really. So this is from NASA. It's depicting the easterly and westerly QBO phases. The blue-green area just here is the easterly QBO phase, the last easterly QBO phase from 2017-18. This sandy coloured area is the last westerly QBO phase, last proper westerly QBO phase from 2018-19. This oscillates between phases, should be very regular and almost pulse-like. So you can see how the easterly QBO should have descended from the stratosphere. This like top strat up here should have descended down into the troposphere very nicely like that. But what's happened is that we never descended the easterly QBO down into the troposphere properly. We just kept these raggedy browny colours going that have actually increased and intensified a little bit in the troposphere just lately. However, we can, if we zoom in, let's zoom in on this and go in really, really close. So if we look towards the top of the stratosphere up here, we can see a little bit of the easterly QBO beginning to re-emerge, perhaps. There's just a little bit of easterly QBO beginning to re-emerge at the top of the stratosphere. And the westerly QBO just here, which is like still left over from the last westerly QBO phase, this browny area here, that possibly is being pushed down a little bit, maybe. What do you think? Do you think that's being pushed down a little bit lower? So maybe we'll see the easterly QBO coming down. It is very, very difficult to ascertain what is going to happen with the QBO, I have to say. So we may see the easterly QBO coming back. We could see the westerly QBO powering up further. Or we, perhaps most likely maybe, is that we just continue as we are, really, neither in a westerly or easterly QBO phase, truly. So it will be very interesting to see. I hope it's resolved one way or another, though, by the time we do winter updates. As I say, this is something that's important for winter, really, more than other seasons. So this will be something that we'll be looking at a lot, focusing on a lot within the winter update. So I hope by the time we get through to the winter, this is resolved one way or another. But at the moment, maybe at the top of the stratosphere, just a few hints of the easterly QBO still being there. Perhaps. We shall see, and we'll continue to monitor that. Okay, Arctic Oscillation and North Atlantic Oscillation next. So again, the NAO and the AO, just an index that's reflecting the atmospheric state. This time, so the Arctic Oscillation is measuring air pressures in the Arctic, really. When the AO is in its positive phase, we've got low pressure up over the Arctic. When the AO is in its negative phase, we've got high pressure blocking up over the Arctic. This summer has generally been quite neutral, really, with the AO. So it's even black line just here that generally since June the AO has been like around neutral to possibly a little bit weakly negative through July. Where we currently are is still around neutral. Now, as we go to the second half of August, the GFS ensembles, the red lines at the end here, they're forecasting the AO to go more negative, actually, and then go back up towards neutral towards the end of August. So it does look as though we're in like a weekly negative to neutral AO phase at the moment. The NAO is actually positive at the moment. So again, this is reflecting the atmospheric states measuring air pressures in North Atlantic this time between Iceland and the Azores. So the NAO at the moment is weekly positive, forecast to go negative into the second half of August. So we're going to have both indexes negative in the coming days, and then probably around neutral to weekly negative as we go up to the end of August. So this is probably going to tell us, it's probably telling us that we're seeing a weakening of the Azores high. The Azores high is what has helped give us such a hot first half to August. But this implies, I think, that second half of August is likely to be somewhat different, maybe more unsettled and possibly cooler as well, with both the AO and the NAO in their negative to or neutral to negative phases. Okay, so I'm just going to pause the video there because I've not got the upper air temperatures up, which is quite unusual for me not to do that. So I'm going to pause the video there. I'll see you back in 2 seconds time. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. So this is it. This is from Old Weather Central ensemble for London. So red line is 30-year upper air temperature average for London. A little bit above average still. We still haven't completely cooled things down from the heat wave, but the cool down process is still ongoing. When it's been so very hot for so long, it does take quite a while to cool the atmosphere down, or it can do, and this is one of those occasions. By sort of Tuesday, we're around average with the upper air temperatures. They lift up a little bit around Wednesday, Thursday. That's as we've got like the remains of what was Tropical Storm Kyle coming into the country as an area of low pressure, more in a moment. And then as we go through the last week of August, it looks like we go rather cooler than average, if anything, rather cool for the last week of mid-tropical summer. Precipitation-wise, plenty of rainfall spikes showing up. This is thundery stuff today and tomorrow. We've got spells of rain coming up around the middle part of the week. And then as we go into the last week of August, looking quite unsettled then as well, so plenty of rain to come. Temperature anomalies on the 16th, 24th of August are going to be slightly warmer than average. Precipitation anomalies from the 16th, 24th of August slightly wetter than average. This is how the UK Met Office midnight run is looking for Wednesday. Low pressure out to west of the country. This is below, but will at least partly contain the remains of Tropical Storm Kyle. It's like an amalgamation of 3 areas of low pressure forming one big system eventually as we go through to Thursday, very deep area of low pressure for August as well at 980 millibars, bringing wet and windy weather across the country from Wednesday to Thursday. And into the end of next week, so at Saturday 22nd of August, we look unsettled, deep low pressure north of Scotland, wet, windy and strong winds as well. This is how the GFS midnight run is looking. So again, we've got low pressure developing out in the Atlantic on Wednesday through to Thursday and Friday. That deepens, light mad becomes a significant area of low pressure, bringing wet, windy and then showery conditions across the country. As we move beyond that up to Sunday, so again, going to be showers or longer spells of rain next weekend. Pretty cool too. Then heading up to day 10, low pressure still rattling in from off the Atlantic, bringing more spells of wind and rain. I have to say there's quite an autumnal flavour to these weather charts for this last week of August. A definite sort of autumnal flavour. As far as we go with the GFS midnight run is to Tuesday the 1st of September, first day of September, looking cool and unsettled with winds in from the north and plenty of showers in with that one. GM looks like this. Again, low pressure is deepening out to west of the country through the middle part of the week, and it becomes a significant area of low pressure as well, around 975 millibars. So that's really, really low pressure. That's really low pressure for August. We go into the last week of August, and the GM is also looking very unsettled with low pressure continuing to dominate, bringing further spells of rain. ECM looks like that. Again, low pressure is deepening out in the Atlantic from Wednesday through to Thursday, bringing further bouts of rain across the country. And into next week again, it's just unsettled really with low pressure, always there or thereabouts up to day 10, which is Wednesday the 26th of August. So a very different second half of August to the first half, as we've been saying in the videos just recently. This is a rainfall forecast based on that ECM run. So there will be heavy showers and thunderstorms breaking out across England and Wales again through the course of today. So yes, more showers and thunderstorms are likely. Further showers and storms possible tomorrow and maybe Tuesday as well. And then we're bringing in that system off the Atlantic. That's been not thunderstorms but wet and windy weather across the country the middle part of the week. And then lots and lots of showers packing in from the west as we go through the weekend and on into the final days of August, final week of August. Still looking unsettled with plenty of rain still to come. We'll show the ECM ensembles in the live stream, so you'll be able to see the ECM ensembles from the Icelandic Met Office in the live stream from 6 o'clock. These is from the CFSV2. These are 500 millibar heights, break down to week periods. The first week period takes us from the 16th to 22nd of August. The coming week is going to have low pressure breaking through from the Atlantic, breaking down the ridge and turning things increasingly unsettled. Week 2 is the 23rd, 29th of August with low pressure over top of the country again. Winds are coming in from the west, so that looks unsettled as well for week 2. Week 3, building up a bit of a ridge out to our east, actually. This is the 30th of August, 5th of September. The ridge is building to the east with low pressure being pushed out to the west. That's turning things dry and potentially a lot warmer for the start of September on that scenario. And then week 4, which is the 6th to the 12th of September, sees the ridge pulling back towards the west of Russia. There's no evident trough of low pressure, really, but I would suspect there's probably a trough coming in with jet stream from off the Atlantic, forcing that ridge back eastwards. That's probably turning more unsettled from the 6th through to 12th of September. This is how September is looking overall. Finally, from the CFSV2, so this is 700 millibar height anomaly for September. Low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south. It all looks very sort of classic standard September fare, really, with the most settled conditions up in the north, driest conditions down in the south. The temperature anomaly is slightly warmer than average for September, and the precipitation anomaly is near normal for September. Near normal precipitation anomalies in September. Right then, so that's it. So I hope you found the Sunday Roundup interesting and informative. If you enjoyed it, then please give us a like on the video. Let us know in the comments what you think, and make sure, of course, that you're subscribed to the GavsWeatherVids YouTube channel. Just 2 more Sunday Roundups to do, and then we will be leaving them off in favour of the winter updates. So we're nearly at the end for this year for GavsWeatherVids Sunday Roundup. Right, don't forget to check out the autumn update. That'll be placed on the autumn updates page, like this evening or possibly tomorrow morning, with written summary. And we've also got live stream coming up from 6 o'clock. So yes, please check in to the live stream from 6. News about the Beijing Climate Centre and winter 2020-21 in that live stream. But for Sunday Roundup, that's all for now. And thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your sunny afternoon, and I'll see you at 6 o'clock.